Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, good morning. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's a great pleasure and honor for me personally to speak with this elite of experts from all around the world. Setting vision, mission, values, sometimes when you are establishing an institution, it becomes part of the bureaucratic procedure that you have to do. Just a tick to be crossed. But the story, late 2015, wasn't different. It was different. When the vision of SCCA has been set to be the preferred ADR choice in the region by 2030, it was set to be achieved. And if you want to achieve such a promising, challenging vision, that you have to have a clear strategy. It's very important to have a very well-diversified board. It's very important to hire very qualified, diversified team. It's very important to have world-class arbitrators and mediators. But all of that is not enough. What is needed to achieve that vision? I can summarize it in a sentence: to have a proactive role in developing a complete ecosystem with extensive infrastructure. This strategy also is a challenging, and this strategy alone, even if you have, I think it's a really important step to have a clear vision and then clear strategy, and also this is not enough. You have to work hard to achieve that strategy to prove progress. And that's what has been done. Let me, in the coming few minutes, just to summarize this strategy in maybe in 5 pillars. First of all is legislative responsiveness. 2, judicial cooperation and support. 3, independence and good governance. Number 4 is comprehensive world-class services. And finally, quality training, capacity building, and awareness. If I go just very quickly, legislative responsiveness. I think it's well known that 2012 in Saudi Arabia launched a new ADR era by the launching of new arbitration law and enforcement law, and I will not stop there. Just I would like to highlight in bullet points some recent legislation changed the ADR landscape in Saudi Arabia, starting from the Royal Decree number 28004, which supported the governmental entities and state-owned companies to use arbitration in their contracts. Number 2 is Government Tender and Procurement Law 2019 and its implementing regulation. A decree to sign and ratify Singapore Convention 2019. The Commercial Court Law and the Public-Private Partnership PPP law in 2021, and the law of judicial cost in 2021 and its implementing regulations in 2022, and finally, the new companies law. Just today, I would like to stop in 4 aspects. I would like to shed light to show the importance and the role of the institution. Yes, we are not a legislative. We are not taking care of that. But we have a role. We have to be proactive. And before I go to Saudi, not only locally, we are playing an important role and trying to be proactive nationally and internationally. So, for example, we are playing an active role, for example, in working group 2 within UNICETRAL, to be part of that. And for example, now there is a promising project led by our colleague in Japan related to digitalization and automation, ADR, and also we are working hard to help and support that project. Let me go back to the topic. We are trying to be, and we are the voice of the ADR industry. For example, let me give 4 very quick examples, which is really important. Can women arbitrate in KSA? For sure, the Saudi arbitration law doesn't say it's a condition to have a gender to be male or female. But the industry, especially the international industry, they were asking, is it allowed for ladies to arbitrate in Saudi Arabia? Number two, can non-Saudi or non-lawyer represent parties before the arbitral tribunal? Again, the Saudi arbitration law doesn't make any condition. But again, the international industry needs some kind of assurance. Number three, can a dispute between a governmental entity and a company move from litigation to arbitration? Yes, it was very clear after the Royal Decree 2019 and 2019 also the new governmental tender and recruitment law to allow governmental entities to include arbitration in their new contracts in cooperation and approval from Ministry of Finance. But what about the existing disputes in their contracts already a litigation? Can they agree, both parties, the governmental entity and the company, to move their dispute from litigation to arbitration? Number four is, what is the impact of the new law of court fee and its implementing regulations? We are trying to be, not only trying, we are your partners. So we are your voice. So we share these concerns or these questions with the related governmental entities to be able to answer it. Let me start very quickly, starting with the women. For sure, yes. And also to prove that, we did two things. First of all, we have last year, my colleague Christian Alberti, as part of the case law, we presented different incidents that the court, they refused to set aside the award because of the arbitrator is woman. But we went far. We took a further step in that regard by in cooperation as part of the cooperation agreement between SCCA and the Ministry of Justice. I will talk about that now, to appoint arbitrator for ad hoc cases. One of these cases, on purpose and in coordination with the Ministry of Justice, SCCA nominated ladies to be appointed by the court. So it went far. Not only they refused to set aside the award, they went far by appointing the court to appoint a lady as an arbitrator. Second question, can a non-Saudi or non-lawyer represent parties before the arbitral tribunal? Again, just very quickly, after a study, SCCA in cooperation with the Ministry of Justice, a comprehensive study for the Saudi laws and regulations, benchmarking, etc., etc. For example, the Ministry of Justice, they sent officially the letters that you see to confirm that parties to be represented by non-Saudi or non-lawyer is not one of the reasons to set aside or to challenge the award. And we went beyond. And today, my colleague, Christian Alberti, will share with you an incident that there is now a judgment that the court refused to set aside, again, the award because of one of the parties represented by non-Saudis. Finally, can a dispute between a government entity and a company move from litigation to arbitration? I think all of you knows that since 2019-20, that governmental entities, they can include an arbitration in their contracts. In addition to that, the SCCA model clause is now the default clause for the contracts. But what about the contract and the disputes already existing, and they have litigation? In brief, just few days ago, and the new adjustment to the implementing regulations has been done, and to allow the governmental entities, if they have a dispute, and also even if the contract mentioned litigation, they can move the dispute from the court to arbitration. And really important to mention SCCA here. Again, finally, what is the impact of the judicial fee? I don't want to spend that much of the time. You can see the schedule. We analyzed that. We compared the judicial cost with SCCA cost, including the administrative cost and also the arbitrators or the tribunal cost. And just very quickly, in different segments, SCCA total cost is cheaper than the judicial fees. And I think this on purpose It's part of the support from the system to ADR in Saudi, such as the micro disputes. We are almost less by 10% if you go to the ODR. The segment of 10 million US dollar to 53, on average, we are less by 22 in different, and also the big cases from 80 million to 266, we are a little bit higher, but for these such sophisticated cases, I think the parties, they know the value from moving from litigation to institution and arbitration in particular. And you can see the chart. So what I would like to summarize here, we are playing an important role on purpose, and we are proactively playing that role to be able to achieve our ultimate goal, to be the preferred ADR provider in the region by 2030. The second pillar is the judicial cooperation and support. And I don't want to spend more time. We signed officially in 2018, in 2019, and beyond that agreements, we have a very different number of initiatives going on with the judicial system, such as referring the nomination of arbitrators from different courts to SCCA, such as referring cases from commercial court to SCCA for mediation, training the judges, etc., etc. And I think one aspect is very important in this regard, what we are doing and we will keep doing, is the Caseload project. Last year we analyzed the first batch. This year we will present the second batch, and we will not wait also for the coming Dubai Arbitration Week. We promise that also we will share the third batch before that time, and in Dubai Arbitration Week we will come with the fourth batch, just to show and to prove there is a consistency, there is a development, a real development in the language that the esteemed lawyers understand, which is case law. The third pillar, very quickly, independence and good governance. I don't want to spend that much of time. I think the majority of you that knows that SCCA, as per its statute, is independent, not for-profit organization. We are not reporting or not reporting to the government, and at the same time, the ultimate authority of SCCA and its board of directors, and none of them can hold a governmental position. And as you can see, well-known names, Saudis and non-Saudis, more than 40% are non-Saudis, and both Saudi and non-Saudis, well-known figures from the private sector and arbitrators and lawyers. Going to our advisory board or advisory committee, 16 well-known names. And I think I'm today honored and happy to share with you a great news that His Excellency Judge Shamlan Swalhi, the judge in DIFC courts, just 2 days ago accepted our invitation to join the RAC Advisory Committee. So we are happy to have these esteemed experts from all around the world to help SCCA in developing our rules. And again, they don't have any role in the case management. Governance, the board, they don't have any role in the case management. The advisory committee, they don't have any role in case management. And going to the great news, I'm happy and we are happy to that, again, to share the establishment of the court by these esteemed, elite of names, chaired by His Excellency Mr. Jan Paulson, and the big names that we have today in the room, and also again 15 well-known figures from 14 countries all around the world. Again, our roster well diversified, international. I don't want to spend more time. Full-time team, also qualified. We have more than 150 years of experience, and well diversified male and female from 10 countries all around the world. The fourth aspect is a comprehensive world-class services. Again, it's not the time to go for the details, but what I would like to share, that we have a comprehensive suite of services in arbitration, starting from regular arbitration, expedited arbitration, emergency arbitration, online dispute resolution, which is meant for micro disputes, just to be able to help and to serve all sectors and different categories of businesses. In addition to mediation, starting from regular mediation, also we have a fully automated mediation for small cases, also called emergency mediation. And again, another aspect very important is also we are providing, again, a full suite of services for ad hoc arbitration, starting from limited services like selection and appointment services that we can provide you with list only, appoint your arbitrators, and also, again, this service, different like BCA, law firms, and even the courts in Saudi, they benefited from this service. And finally, now we are going to launch the fund management and fund holding. Finally, also we believe this is not enough. We are, especially in our region, so we have to invest in quality training, capacity building, awareness. So in just few seconds, I would like to show you, we moved, SCCA started very early in 2016 with international well-known organizations such as Chartered Institute of Arbitrators, such as AAA, ICDR, CLDB. We started a quality training from that time, but to give more focus on that, we launched a few weeks ago or a few months ago our dedicated academy, which is SCCA Academy, to work harder and to provide more quality training for the whole region. Number two is the mood. This is an investment. This is a vision by the board. This year, we launched the 4th edition of the International Arabic Mood. Believe it, 780 students and professors, they are joining this version, starting from only 36 teams 4 years ago. And this year we have this big number of students from 20 countries, which is amazing. And also, again, I would like to thank all the supporters, all the believers, and I think more believers we will have in this strategic movement. Again, awareness. Just in 1 year, we held more than 22 events between physical and in-person with 16 partners, international, national, corporate, law firms. It was attended and viewed by more than 145,000 from all around the world. And also this shows our eagerness to spread the good practice. Finally, more than 140 meetings with different stakeholders, as you can see, just in 1 year. All of that journey has been resulted in the following. First of all, these just an example of some of the well-known companies, Saudis, non-Saudis, different sectors. They included already SCCA model clause in their contracts, and more companies. And as you know, usually institution, you don't know what is going on in the contracts, but sometimes during the business development meetings, you know from your partners and from the corporation that we are visiting and sitting with that they already included SCCA model clause in some of their contracts. Finally, the caseload. SCCA caseload is fast growing, well diversified. You can see the jump from year to year, and I think I'm speaking with experts. Usually the clause that you put today, if there is, God forbid, we don't like that they have dispute, but usually if the clause is in the contract today, you will see the dispute in 3, 5, and sometimes more years. So we will see the result of the hard work that is coming, and the caseload is fast growing. And I think important part of that to show that we registered the first case that a government or governmental entity is part to it. So, and with more than 1.3 billion, again, this is to the end of 2021. Again, from 21 or 20 industries, the biggest part of our caseload is construction engineering, then shipping logistic, and then real estate, and then professional services. And as you can see, the rest of the industries that we have. Finally, the nationality of the parties, they are from 20 countries, again, as His Excellency, the Chairman mentioned, from North America, Europe, Middle East, Africa, and Asia. Finally, why SCCA Dubai? Again, I can summarize it in one sentence. To add value by extending our comprehensive glocal strategy. Instead of going again to mention all of these 5 pillars, what we are targeting, what we are going to do, is to come with this comprehensive strategy, starting from legislative, to work closer with judicial system, in comprehensive services, training, all of that added value, we will come with it to Dubai, because we believe in Dubai. We believe in the success of Dubai. In DIFC, we believe in the community, in Emiratis, in the whole community in Dubai. So we would like to be an added value to the success of Dubai. And again, another aspect is glocal. I think the recipe, or you can say the things that SCCA has, we are real glocal, real global, and real local. What does that mean? You can find a very global institutions, even if they go to foreign countries or another region, they can hire, but they are not belong to that in that region. They don't understand very well, you can say, the sensitivity, the culture, the language, everything in that country, and that understanding will be reflected in more trust, added value to the users. So we are really local, starting from the human being that you can see in all levels, board, advisory, court, team, full-time job team, to roster everything. So we are really local, we are really understanding, and because of that we are able to deliver and to work hard with all of these judicial systems, etc., etc. And at the same time, we are really global from the board for all aspects. So merging these, two things in reality is the added value SCCA. And we haven't started with Dubai just now. We signed in 2020 with the DIFC codes, and also we are working hard. This is the third time to come to Dubai to do such an event, in addition to different, activities, finally serving the businesses and legal industry in UAE, and to work closely with them, adding value to the local and wider ADR environment. I think this is our vision, and we are happy to be part of Dubai. Thank you very much for attending today. Again, I would like to retreat His Excellency the Chairman, the thank to all our sponsors and also our partners from the 10 international law firms. And thank you for accepting the invitation, attending with us today. Have a good day.